Hey everybody, it is Ramona Remisat here, creator of the Intuition Gym and personal trainer for your intuitive muscle. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done an episode of Get Into It, partly because I was away on my crazy Euro adventure with my family and then coming back, just needed some time to kind of get back acclimatized and get over the jet lag, and ta-da, here I am and I'm back. So today I want to ask you an important question, and that is your intuition fit or is it flabby? What do I mean by that? And let me back up a little bit. So I'm actually reading this really good book right now. It's called Younger Next Year. This is the women's version because there's also a men's version. And it says, live strong, fit, and sexy till you're 80 and beyond. That sounds pretty good, right? But that's the idea of how can you thrive in the final third of your life. And without giving away the whole book, it's really about, working out. Because the premise of this whole book is, aging is inevitable, right? We're all going to age, but becoming decrepit isn't. And a lot of people have it in their mind that, oh yeah, I'm just, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80, whatever. I'm supposed to have these things going on, but actually that's not true. Like I said, aging is inevitable, becoming decrepit isn't. So how do you not do that? And how do you thrive in the last third of your life? And like I said, that's about working out. That's just one part, but it is a big part. And so it kind of really got me thinking about the whole mentality of use it or lose it, right? That's pretty much what they're saying. And how does that influence or impact our intuition? So here's how I break this down. A lot of you guys think you're intuitive or you think you're using your intuition, but the way that you're using it is kind of like a stroll in the park, not really like a hardcore workout. So what do I mean by that? I mean you're not really using it enough. You're not working it enough so that in those moments when you have a really big important decision to make, you can just tune right in. You can sort of, access your intuition at will and get it so that it's really clear, super reliable and accurate. So that's the ideal. That's what we want to have, but most people aren't quite there yet. And hey, Jane, nice to have you here. So instead, they're kind of using their intuition here and there, but it's very sporadic, really kind of basic, right? Like I said, it's going for a stroll. It's not really working it that much. Then they're faced with this big, important, critical decision, and they're trying as desperately as they can to say, okay, what does my intuition tell me about this? And they're really trying to get a sense of it, and they kind of get crickets, or they do get something, but they just don't trust it. And it's not really working the optimal way that we want it to, right? It's kind of like somebody who's never worked out before walking into a gym and somebody saying, okay, go bench press 200 pounds. Not a good idea, right? You have to start slow and low and kind of build your way up. So it's the same thing with your intuition. You have to work it. Like I said, it's use it or lose it, right? So I want to give you today a very easy, great way to start if you haven't really been using your intuition that much. So it's simple because everybody has access to music. So pick a piece of music that you like. Maybe it's your favorite song. Maybe it's a piece of instrumental music. It doesn't really matter, but I want you to put that on and I want you to listen very closely and see if you can pick out or identify the different musical instruments that are playing. I like to use kind of like the overture from the Phantom of the Opera for this, or like the Imperial March from Star Wars. That's another good one because it brings in so many pieces of the orchestra and things you're really trying to tune in and listen to, and it can be a little bit distracting if there's vocals, but that's still fine. So this is what I want you to do, and I want you to really try to fine-tune your hearing. And why? How does this relate to intuition? Well, our hearing is one of the key ways we receive intuitive guidance. And in the world we live in, we're kind of bombarded by stimulation overload, you know what I mean? and we're getting stuff thrown at us all the time. So we've kind of, shut off some of our hearing. Even when we think we're listening, we're not really listening. So it's kind of practicing that active listening, right? So that's just something simple and easy. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take up much of your time. And you can start with that today. And maybe practice this over the next week, every other day or so. You can pick either the same piece of music or try a different piece of music, whatever it might be. And just see if you're, by the end of the week, you're feeling a little bit sharper in what you're hearing. Maybe you'll even be in the kitchen doing something. You'll notice you're picking up stuff around you, another conversation in another part of the room or something like that, or the TV might be on and you're really tuning into what is being said on the TV, those kinds of things. So that's just one example, but get creative. There's lots of different ways. If you're wanting to develop this more and step into the Intuition Gym with me, reach out and I'll just share some more information with you on how you can do that and what it looks like. But yeah, and I would love for you to come on here and give me some feedback if you decide to try this, and let me know how it went for you. And if you're in the Calgary area, I also want to invite you to a workshop that I'm co-hosting this Saturday, May the 4th, from 10 till 3. I'm co-hosting it with Christina Marlette, creator of Courageous Self-Care, and we are going to dive into 2 of the foundations of self-care: intuition, my part, and her part will be spent on how to shift your relationship with time so that you actually can have more time, because wouldn't we like that, right? So we're calling this a self-care pop-up because we're popping up to share this information. And my part specifically is going to dive deeper into the part of trusting your intuition, because that's where I find people get so stuck, right? They're pretty good at kind of accessing their intuition and not bad at understanding what the heck it's trying to tell them. But when it comes to actually trusting it and push comes to shove, they get into a lot of doubting and second guessing. So I want to help you guys get over that hump. So I will put a link below where you can go to get more information on the workshop, and I would love to see you there. If you have questions, post those below, and if you know other people struggling in these areas, please share this with them so that they can get some support and resources that they need. It is going to be a stuff, not fluff workshop, okay? This is we're calling it an interactive workshop. You're gonna work. You're gonna be working that intuitive muscle with similar things like what I've shared with you here. Okay, so it's not just, theory or book learning or anything like that. You guys are going to be working actually at the workshop and have tangible things that you can take away and start using immediately to shift those areas of your life that we're going to focus on: intuition and shifting your relationship with time. So hope that I will see you there on Saturday, and have a magical day, everybody. Until next week's episode, we'll see you soon.